Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango, Gaura Hari.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Gurudev, Prabhupada Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya
Prabhupada Gurudev, Prabhupada Gurudev. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Gurudev, Prabhupada Gurudev.
Jaya Prabhupada Gurudev, Prabhupada Gurudev.
Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath Swami, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath Swami, Jai Jagannath.
Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath Swami, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath Swami, Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladeva, Jai.
ಪ್ರದೀಪ್ ಸಿಂಗ್, ಮೃದಂಗದ ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಯಿತು ಹಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, ಯಾಕೆಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
क्या रन टाइम में लोग सीख रहे हैं?
हाँ हाँ,
रन टाइम पे सीख रहे हैं.
ಪ್ರಭು ಪ್ರಭು ವೆಯ್ಟ್, ಹಿ ಇಸ್ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್.
ಅದು ಬೇಸು ತುಂಬ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿತ್ತು.
ಓ, ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಾ? ಓಕೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಂದು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಜಸ್ಟ್
ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ
ನೋಡಿ ಆಯ್ತಾ. Reduce the little bit, so when everybody comes and sings, that time yeah.
Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram. We can't take chance.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Jai Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maiya ki. So welcome to all of you. We're going to have an interesting discussion. We're going to hear more about Jagannath Puri Ratha Yatra. Hari Bol. So, how many of you, after watching your friends' friends' post about Ratha Yatra, start missing Ratha Yatra? Many of us, all of us. Okay, yes. It's a fact. It's one of the biggest, grandest gathering in the entire world. So we thought, due to certain circumstances, we were not able to go. Probably next year or a few years from now. Let's pray to Jagannath. We are all there. I'd also wish to join all of you. So we thought, let us discuss about the importance of Jagannath Puri. One important thing is Kirtan, which we missed in Puri. The other is also the association. How to see Jagannath, what to see in Jagannath. So folk welcomes you today to be part of this wonderful experience. We're going to begin with wonderful Kirtan. And don't worry, you would have seen some of your friends get some gifts and prizes. We have an interesting quiz coming up. So get ready to form teams and participate as well. We'll begin with a wonderful Kirtan. I welcome the members of the Perfect Harmony Club to please join me. Hari Bol. Please welcome them with a Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna everyone. Everybody are dull as like what's wrong? Hare Krishna everyone. A little more energy. Hare Krishna. That's good. So we all know like few people from our folk are there in Puri Jagannath. So we will also do a small Sankirtan and we'll have some associations. So we will go with the lead and follow method. So I'll be leading and you guys, just keep following. And if you guys feel like dancing, like you guys can just come dance. Jai Jagannath. Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath Swami, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath Swami, Jai Jagannath. Jai Jagannath Swami, Jai Jagannath. Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra. Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath Swami, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath Swami, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath Swami, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath Swami, Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra, Jai सुभद्रा जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा जय बलदेवा
Please sing together.
सुभद्रा जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा
Everyone, please.
जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा
जय बलदेवा
जय सुभद्रा जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे 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 जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ स्वामी जय जगन्नाथ
जय जगन्नाथ
Come on and sing with us.
जय जगन्नाथ स्वामी जय जगन्नाथ
जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ स्वामी जय जगन्नाथ
जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ स्वामी जय जगन्नाथ
जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा
जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा
जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ स्वामी जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ स्वामी जय जगन्नाथ हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath Swami, Jai Jagannath.
Jai Jagannath.
Come on everybody, clap.
Jagannath.
Jai Jagannath Swami, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath Swami, Jai Jagannath.
Jai Jagannath. Jai Jagannath Swami, Jai Jagannath.
Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra.
Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra.
Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami, Nayana Patagami Bhavatumi. Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami, Nayana Patagami Bhavatumi. Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami, Nayana Patagami Bhavatumi.
Jagannath Swami Nayana Pathagami, Nayana Pathagami Bhavatu me.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath Swami, Jai Jagannath.
Jai Jagannath.
Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maya ki.
Jagannath Swami, Jai Jagannath.
Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath Swami, Jai Jagannath.
Jai Jagannath.
Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath Swami, Jai Jagannath. Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath Swami, Jai Jagannath.
Jai Jagannath. Jai Jagannath Swami, Jai Jagannath.
Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra.
Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra, Jai Baladeva,
Jai Subhadra, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra.
Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra, Jai
Baladeva, Jai Subhadra, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra.
Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra.
Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare
Oh
Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare.
Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram
Ram Hare Hare. Jai Jagannath Swami, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath Swami, Jai Jagannath. Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, जय जगन्नाथ स्वामी जय जगन्नाथ। जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा, जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा।
जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा, जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा।
जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी, नयन पथगामी भव तुम्हें।
जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी, नयन पथगामी भवतु मे।
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 जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ, जय जगन्नाथ स्वामी जय जगन्नाथ।
जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ, जय जगन्नाथ स्वामी जय जगन्नाथ।
जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ, जय जगन्नाथ स्वामी जय जगन्नाथ।
जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ, जय जगन्नाथ स्वामी जय जगन्नाथ।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम
राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे
Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Jai Jagannath Jai Jagannath Swami Jai Jagannath
Jai Jagannath.
Come sing along with us.
Jagannath,
Jai Jagannath
Swami Jai Jagannath.
Jai Jagannath Jai Jagannath Jai Jagannath Swami Jai Jagannath
Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath Swami Jai Jagannath.
Jai Jagannath Jai Jagannath Jai Jagannath Swami Jai Jagannath
Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath Swami Jai Jagannath.
Jai Baladeva Jai Subhadra Jai Baladeva Jai Subhadra
Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra.
Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Nayana Patagami Bhavatumi
Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami, Nayana Patagami Bhavatu me.
Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Nayana Patagami Bhavatumi
Jagannath Swami Nayana Pathagami, Nayana Pathagami Bhavatu me.
Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Nayana Patagami Bhavatumi
Jagannath Swami Nayana Pathagami, Nayana Pathagami Bhavatu me.
Jai Jagannath Jai Jagannath Jai Jagannath Swami Jai Jagannath
Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath Swami Jai Jagannath.
Jai Jagannath Jai Jagannath Jai Jagannath Swami Jai Jagannath
Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath Swami Jai Jagannath.
Oh Jai Jagannath Jai Jagannath Jai Jagannath Swami Jai Jagannath
Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath Swami Jai Jagannath.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram
Hare Hare.
Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare.
Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare.
Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Bolo Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya
Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya
Jaya Gopal Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya
Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopal
Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya
Gopal
Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Krishna 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 Hare Hare,
Hare Ram
Ram.
Jayo Radha Krishna Chandra, Radha Krishna Chandra, Radha Krishna Chandra, Shri Radhe.
Radha Krishna Chandra,
Radha Krishna Chandra, Radha Krishna Chandra,
Shri Radhe.
Jayo Shri Radhe, Shri Radhe, Shri Radhe, Jayo Shri Radhe,
Jaya Shri Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe, Shri Radhe,
Jaya Shri Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe, Shri Radhe, Shri Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe,
Jaya Shri Radhe, Shri Radhe,
Shri Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe, Jayo Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jayo Vrindavan Dham.
Jaya Krishna
Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jayo Vrindavan Dham. Jayo Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jayo Vrindavan Dham.
Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Vrindavan Dham.
Jayo Nittai Gaurango, Nittai Gaurango, Nittai Gaurango, Gaur Hari.
Jaya Nittai Gaurango, Nittai Gaurango, Nittai Gaurango, Gaur Hari.
Jayo Radha Krishna Chandra, Radha Krishna Chandra, Radha Krishna Chandra, Shri Radhe.
Jaya Radha Krishna
Chandra, Radha Krishna Chandra, Radha Krishna Chandra, Shri
Radhe.
Jayo Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jayo Vrindavan Dham.
Jayo Krishna Balaram, Jayo Krishna
Balaram, Krishna Balaram,
Balaram, Jayo Krishna Balaram.
Jayo Nittai Gaurango, Nittai Gaurango, Nittai Gaurango, Gaur Hari.
Jaya Nittai Gaurango,
Nittai Gaurango, Nittai Gaurango, Gaur Hari. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Gurudev, Prabhupada Gurudev. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Gurudev, Prabhupada Gurudev. Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath Swami, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath Swami, Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra, Jai Baladeva, जय सुभद्रा जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा.
So big round of Haribol to all of them for bringing Jagannath all the way from Puri to here, Bangalore. I request the members of the Perfect Harmony to introduce themselves.
So that was Ruchir Prabhu on Mridangam. On follow-ups and kartals we had Gaurav Prabhu and Gopinath Prabhu. It was me on harmonium and lead vocals Rohit Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Bolo Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maiya ki
Jai!
So the excitement continues. Next we have a wonderful quiz. All of you have to form a team of 5 members. The first 3, of course now we are going to have a short break. So the first 3 teams to come on stage will get an opportunity to participate in this quiz and win amazing prizes. So stay tuned, join us. Up next we have some interesting events that have happened recently in folk and you'll be seeing all of them. Over to you.
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय राधा
So, welcome to all the team members. Quickly come on stage. Whoever comes on stage, they get an opportunity. Rush. Looks like some of you are very comfortable on your seats. If you come here, you're going to get wonderful gifts as well. Okay. One last friend. So he's being honest, he doesn't want to cheat. No mobile phones. Okay. So audience, you all should not cheat and help them with answers. I hope nobody is wearing some earphones. No? No, okay. Okay, the questions are easy, questions are fun. We are here to remember and understand Lord Jagannath better. So we're going to start off with it. Everybody has a mic, every team has a mic. Can you check it if it's working? Say one Jai Jagannath on it.
Jai Jagannath.
Okay, so there's a lot of power there. Okay, so that's going to be Jagannath's theme.
Jai Jagannath.
Jai Jagannath. Okay, the energy is a little low. Higher, higher.
Jai
Jai Jagannath.
Okay, I think it's not there. Therefore, I think our team is supporting somebody here. Can we give them a balanced audio so that we can have all of them together? Okay, so one team is going to be, this team is going to be Jagannath. That team is going to be Baladev. And we're going to have Subhadra. Okay, so we have three wonderful teams here. How many of you are from Puri on stage? Oh my God. Do you think that gives an undoubted advantage to them?
Not at all.
Not at all. Okay. So we're going to begin with the quiz. Can we have the presentation, please? So who do you think will win? Jagannath, Baladev or Subhadra Mai? Subhadra. This is a popular vote. Why is it Subhadra? Why is it that you like Subhadra so much? Everybody likes sister. Oh, very nice. Okay, so let us see. All of you guys, what are you saying? Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra? Subhadra.
Jagannath.
Jagannath. Okay. Okay. So what does the audience say? Jagannath. Jagannath. Loud Jagannath. Shout loudly Jagannath. Okay. All three of them. Huh? Then you go to Ratha Yatra. Go. Chalo. Okay. So I'll go team wise. The first round will be elimination round. I want a timer and a scorer. Can I have a timer and a scorer with me? Somebody can come to the front. The first row. So you can have a sheet and a pen. You'll maintain for all the three teams. We have Baladev, we have Jagannath, and we have Subhadra. So, will you be able to maintain? Any of your friends are on stage? No. Yes, no. Yes, because they're all folks, right? Okay. So which team should we give chance to start with first? My God. Okay, let's go with the favorites. Very easy question for all of you. The PPT, please. We can go forward. Yes. Don't show the answer. I hope you have checked the presentation, how it works. After the 4 options, don't place one more down. 2, 3, 4. Stop. Okay. The question is very simple. The period during which Jagannath and his siblings fall sick, you know, in Jagannath Puri, Lord falls sick and he does not give darshan. And hence doesn't give darshan to the devotees in Puri is known as Navkalevar, Anavasara, Hera Panchami, Pahandi Vijaya. Timer, 20 seconds to answer. Right answer gets 10 points. Okay? Wrong answer, no points. A, B, C, D. What's the answer?
C.
Are you sure?
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
Lock kar diya jaye. Jai Subhadra. The answer is definitely option. Anybody in the audience want to correct? Tell the correct answer. The option is called as the answer is B, Anavasara. What does it mean? Anavasara means Lord is not available. There is no darshan. That is what anavasara means. Okay, it's a good beginning. Don't worry. You can catch up. You have the blessings and hopes of all the audience members. What is this audience member? You cheated me. Okay, next question. Next question. So next we'll go to Team Jagannath. Very easy question for you. You are blessed. Jagannath Puri is also known as Shankha Kshetra, Purushottama Kshetra, Nilachala Dham, all of these. Audience, shh. I'll give you a chance.
All of this.
You do know that even if you answer, you're not going to get gifts. Okay. Okay. The answer is all of these. We can give it to them. Big round of applause. Hari bol. Okay. Next, let's go to the next question. I hope you're excited. Timer, do let me know once it's 20 seconds. Okay. The king who got the first deities of Jagannath installed in Puri is, I think they don't need an option. Okay. King Prataprudra, Maharaj Prataprudra, Maharaj Angambimba, Maharaj Indradyumna, Maharaj Purushottama Deva. Think once and tell. It's a very easy question. Think once.
Maharaj Indradyumna.
100% sure? Hari bol! They get the right answer. Okay. So it looks like Jagannath and Baladev started strongly. Nonetheless, don't lose heart. We have more questions coming up. The next question is an easy question for all of them. Jagannath Puri is also known as Narsimha Kshetra. True or false? What is the answer? True or false?
False.
Okay. Give them a round of applause for trying hard. The answer is true. Hari bol. No problem. You keep them encouraged. We can have more chances. They're being kind as a sister. They want to see the brothers win. Right? Okay. The next question. Let's go to the next question. The construction of new chariots of Ratha Yatra at Puri starts every year on. Team Jagannath, you have 4 options. Akshaya Tritiya, Narsimha Chaturdashi, Ratha Saptami, Hera Panchami.
Akshaya Tritiya.
Are you sure? 100%?
Yes, bro.
Lock kar diya jaye?
Yes.
Okay, give it to them. The right answer is Akshaya Tritiya. Hari bol. Okay. Along with all the good things that Akshaya Tritiya brings in, the building of chariots of Jagannath starts on this particular day. And it's a tradition. They start on this day and they complete it before the Ratha Yatra. And it's an amazing scene to see. So many people working together, different designs. Even till today, there's no machines, it's all hand carved. All the intricate designs that you see of the 3 chariots, the Nandi Gosha and all of them, they're all intricately carved by different devotees. So devotion and real application of engineering happens there in Jagannath Puri. Okay. Next, we'll have the next question. The main temple in Jagannath Puri is also known as, I think they're the luckiest team. See, I have not done any partiality in this. Bada Mandir, Shri Mandir, Ratna Mandir or Ananda Mandir. What's the right answer? A, B, C, D.
B. Shri Mandir.
Can you have the audio up for them? Can you just say Hare Krishna there?
Hare Krishna.
Slightly higher.
Hare Krishna.
Yes. The answer is?
B. Shri Mandir.
Okay, Hari bol. Give them a round of applause. Of course, these are easy ones. For a change, shall we twist the order? Shall we change the order? You're keeping the score, right? Okay. Who should we go with first? Whom should we go with first? Baladev. How many say Baladev? Shout Baladev. How many say Jagannath? Shout Jagannath. Okay, Baladev seems to be stronger. So we'll go with Baladev. Okay. Which of this is not part of Jagannath Puri's architectural features? Option A, Bhoga Mantapa. Option B, Nata Mantapa. Option C, Jagamohana. Option D, Garbhagriha. Option E, none of these. There's option E also. Yeah, none of these. So which one? Which of these are not part of Jagannath Puri's architectural feature? The clock is ticking.
We'll go with C.
You'll go with C.
Yes.
Jagamohana. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Lock kar diya jaye?
Yes.
100%?
Sure.
Okay. Anyone else? Any other answer? Any of you know this? Any of you know this? It's a twisted question, right? All of you know about Bhoga Mantapa, Natya Mantapa. That's where the Garbha Griha, that is where the Lord is. But what is this Jagamohana? So the answer is none of these. So I think your calculation worked. Whoever supported Baladev, the twist has given everybody an advantage. Nonetheless, Hari Bol to them. Hari Bol. It's a difficult technical question. Okay. The main temple at Puri. Next we should go with Jagannath, right? The order has changed. So I think your luck is changing. Okay. The main temple at Puri is constructed in which these types of architectural styles? Dravida, Mathura, Kalinga, Gandhara.
Kalinga.
Kalinga. Are you sure?
Yes.
100%?
Yes.
Very easy. Give them a round of applause. Hari Bol, that's the correct answer. Okay. Now an easy question for all of you. Subhadra, are you ready?
Yes,
Team Subhadra is ready. Okay. What is the local name for Grand Road in which chariots of Lord Jagannath move? Option Deula. I'm sorry if I pronounce it wrong. Option B Bada Danda. Option C Attarnala. Option C Chataka Parvata.
Badadanda.
Bada Danda. Are you sure? 100%. Okay, they have got the right answer. Hari Bol to them.
Because he is from Puri.
So we'll have a difference. All of you should, let's see whom you support. So we should have loud Jai Jagannath if Jagannath gets it right. Jai Baladev if Baladev gets it right. And Jai Subhadra if they get it right. Otherwise, you can say Hari Bol. Right? Okay. Now let's go to, which team should we go with now? All of you tell me. Jagannath. Okay, Jagannath we missed, so we start with them. Okay, an easy question for Jagannath. Whose samadhi is found on the beach in Puri? Srila Haridas Thakur, Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, none of the above. Jagannath is thinking deeply. Whose samadhi is found on the beach of Puri? So next time, Pakka, they're all going to go to Puri.
Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya.
Option A, Srila Haridas Thakur. Option B, Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya. Option C, you're sure? Option B,
Yeah.
Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya.
Yes.
Okay, you have to give them a Hari Bol. The answer is Srila Haridas Thakur. I told you, right? Right answer is Jai Jagannath. Right? So Hari Bol, the right answer is Srila Haridas Thakur. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally danced with Haridas Thakur, and his samadhi is present right next to the Puri beach. This is a wonderful pastime you can read in the Chaitanya Charitamrita as well as teachings of Lord Chaitanya. Nonetheless, it's all right. You're still in the lead. Now the next team, which should I go to? Now you put me in confusion. They're in the center. Should I go left or should I go right? Baladev or Subhadra? Baladev, those who want Baladev, shout loudly Baladev. Okay, Subhadra, loudly Subhadra. Oh my God. Okay. Okay, so you've left it to me. Okay, one more time together. Baladev means only Baladev. Subhadra means only Subhadra. Loudly.
Okay.
Okay. So I will go with Baladev. I'll go with Baladev. The second question is, Jagannath Puri is also known as, option A, Audharya Dham, the abode of magnanimity. Option B, Madhurya Dham, the abode of sweetness. Option C, Aishwarya Dham, the abode of opulence. Option D, all of these. Be careful about the audience. A, B, C, D. What's the right answer? Interesting question, right? Questions are getting tougher. Done.
There's no time,
Okay.
right?
All your time is done, 20 seconds. But yeah, I'll give you another 5. See, Aishwarya Dham, you have to give them a loud Hari ball. The right answer is Audharya Dham. Oh, it says Aishwarya Dham. Okay, I'm sorry. The correct answer is Aishwarya Dham. So Jai Baladev. Okay. Usually it is also known as the Audharya Dham because the Lord not just mercifully shows his opulence, but he's also most waiting. His eyes are huge just to see little bhakti in the eyes of, in the heart of the jiva. So it is also the dham of magnanimity. It is also the first place where Lord brought in Mahaprasadam. Anyway, I will give the points there because the answer is showing it is Audharya Dham. Okay, next question. Subhadra, very easy question. Every 12 years or when there is an Adhika Ashada Masa, the wooden deities of Lord Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra are changed to new ones in Puri. The ceremony is known as, I don't have to give options. Tell the answer. Tell the answer. Okay. Option A, Nava Yauvana. Option B, Nav Kalevara. Option C, Nava Janma. Option D, Nava Leela.
This is not fair.
Uh-huh.
I think he no.
Yes, please go ahead. What's the answer?
Navakalavar.
Nav Kalevar. Okay. The answer is Nav Kalevar. Jai Subhadra. Haribol. So we have come to the end of the first round. All of them have received 4 questions each. Can you please let us know what is the final score? Okay, they're very close by. Nonetheless, a round of applause to Subhadra Maya. Haribol. A small prasadam for all participants. 1 second. So, Subhadra is the favorite today. And for participating and having the heart of all the Vaishnavas here, Haribol, a prasadam for all. A loud Haribol for them. So we have 2 teams advancing to the next round. So we'll be playing this in a similar fashion. So now you tell me, Jagannath or Baladev?
Jagannath.
Jagannath or Baladev? Jagannath. Okay, how many of you say Baladev? So I think the back and some of you here are Baladev and Jagannath. Okay, very quick, very close. Next question. Whom should we go with? Jagannath, Baldev?
Jagannath.
Jagannath, okay. So Jagannath, easy question for you. Lord Jagannath is also known as A. Shabda Brahman, B. Daru Brahman, C. Bada Brahman, D. Maha Brahman. I request the audience not to answer like this. I know you have your favorites, but then it would be cheating. Okay.
B. Daru Brahma.
B. Daru Brahman. What does it mean?
Daru means oat Prabhu.
Yes. Haribol, give a round of applause. Daru means wooden, and the answer is correct. We're going to reduce the time to 10 seconds. Okay. Keep a score of it. How does Lord Jagannath's Ratha look like? Okay, this is very technical question for Baladev. Because you're in Baladev's side, so you can see and tell how Ratha looks like. A. It is black with lotus insignia, protected by Vanadurga. B. It is blue with a palm tree insignia and 4 black horses. C. It is yellow in color, marked with a chakra and Garuda with 4 white horses. D. It is green in color, marked with a lotus and Shanka with 2 black horses. C. Are you absolutely sure? Yes. Oh my God, they've got it very easily. What do you say to this, audience? Jai Baladev. They're changing the team. Jai Baladev. Haribol. They got it right. A round of applause. That means you have good observation. You've observed it well. Okay. Next question to you guys. What is the protecting deity of Baladev's Ratha? Okay. You don't want options, right? Okay. Option A, Narsimha. Option B, Shesha. Option C, Vanadurga. Option D, Sudarshana. Option A, Narsimha.
Okay.
Option B, Shesha. Option C, Vanadurga. Option D, Sudarshana.
Vanadurga.
Vanadurga gets you a Haribol. The right answer is Sesha. I think the audience knows this. Okay. I think I'll also have an audience round where you get some gifts. Okay. Jagannath Ratha Yatra festival is celebrated to commemorate A. Return of Krishna along with Balaram and Subhadra to Vrindavan. B. Appearance of deities of Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra at Puri. C. Arjuna kidnapping Subhadra in a chariot. D. All of the above.
Option A.
Option A. Return of Krishna along with Balaram and Subhadra to Vrindavan. It is a very touching moment. Krishna went out of Vrindavan, and for almost, he was about 12, 13 years or 16 years by that age. Until he was about 25 years, Krishna said, I'll come to Vrindavan, I'll come tomorrow, and he never went back. So the gopis were eagerly waiting. Krishna sent Balaram, Krishna sent Uddhava, but Krishna never went back. So when gopis heard that yes, Krishna has come nearby to Vrindavan, to Kurukshetra for taking dip during the eclipse, they take it as an opportunity to visit Krishna. So, and at that time, they start pulling Krishna's chariot. So Radharani, there's this beautiful verse, she says, Krishna, the place is same, the person you are same, Krishna, I am same Radharani, but then the place is not the same, because Krishna was with all his kings, huge chariots, weapons, horses, and all that, whereas Krishna in Vrindavan was playing flute, and he was a beautiful cowherd boy. So that's the entire pastime. Yes, option A is the correct answer. So Jai Baladev. Okay. Next question. The three deities are taken from Jagannath temple to which temple? Very easy. Option A, Goddess Lakshmi temple. Option B, Gundicha temple. Option C, Narsimha temple. Option D, none of the above.
Option B, Gundicha temple.
Haribol. There, no Haribol, sorry. It's Jai Jagannath. They got the right answer. Okay. The name of Lord Jagannath's chariot is dash. Option A, Deva Dalan. Option B, Darpa Dalan. Option C, Nandi Gosha. Option D, Balahaka.
C. Nandi Gosha.
Okay, they've got the right answer. Haribol. Give them a round of applause. Jai Baladev. I'm sorry. Yeah, Jai Baladev for them. Okay. The return journey of the three siblings from Gundicha temple is known as option A, Bhadra Yatra. Option B, Bahuda Yatra. Option C, Chandan Yatra. Option D, all of these. What's the answer, Jagannath?
B, Prabhu, Bahuda Yatra.
B is Bahuda Yatra is the right answer. Jai Jagannath. I think it's very close. What's the score as of now? 60-60. Okay, it's very tight. No, I think they got one wrong, right? No, they got all correct. You sure? Oh, you got one wrong. Okay. So they should have one less. Oh, they covered it. Okay, one more question to go. Okay. Who is the chariot driver of Jagannatha's Ratha? So who has this question? This question is for them. It is for Baladev. Okay. Option A, the Lord, who is the chariot driver of Jagannatha's Ratha? The Lord himself. Option B, Vishwakarma. Option C, Daruka. Option D, Arjuna. Ten seconds are up. 10 seconds are up. Haribol. You answered? Okay, what is the answer?
Vishwakarma.
Vishwakarma, and you get one more Haribol. Okay, the right answer is Daruka. Okay.
Who is Daruka?
So one more question. Daruka is the chariot rider of Krishna. Okay. Officially the chariot driver of Krishna is called Daruka. Okay. Subhadra's chariot is also known as Devi Ratha and is driven by option A, Arjuna, option B, Durga, option C, Kali, option D, none of the above. So Team Jagannath, this is your chance. This is your chance. This is your chance. A, B, C, D. 10 seconds are up. 10 seconds are up. Haribol, quickly answer or you're done.
A, Arjuna.
Option A, Arjuna. Oh, Jai Jagannath. They've got the answer right. I know it was a wild guess, but they got the answer right. Okay. The procession in which, next question for you guys. So what are we at? Equal scores. 70-60. So this is the last question for them. Okay, this is the last question for you. The procession in which the deities of Jagannath, Baladev and Subhadra are brought out of the main temple hall at Puri and mounted on their chariots during Ratha Yatra is known as Pahandi Vijaya, Gokula Vijaya, Hera Panchami, Rangotsav. I request the audience, I'll come to you for your questions.
A.
Let's not cheat.
A. Pahandi Vijaya.
A. Pahandi Vijaya. And we say Jai, Jai Baladev. This is Jagannath, that's Baladev. Okay, they've got the right answer. So, it seems that, I'll stop here because I want to go to the audience as well. It seems that Jagannath and Baladev are equally matched today. Usually when Jagannath and Baladev used to fight, it was Baladev who would win. Oh, I'm sorry, it's Krishna who would win. Baladev was elder and it was Krishna who would win. But today I think they're equally matched. And they're both feeling separation from their sister. Okay, so we have some gifts for all of them. Round of applause to all of them. Who'll receive? All of you? Okay.
Yeah, all of you can stand.
Hari Bol. If you don't applaud, no gifts for you guys. Okay. It's for you. It's for you. And for you. Hari Bol. And team here as well. We have Baladev. Congratulations. Wonderful.
Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath.
So congratulations. Jai Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maya ki. Okay, the quiz is not yet over. Please join me. So now is the chance for all the audience to win. So all of you were excited. Now you answer. Okay, I have 3 questions for all of you. So whoever says loudly first, Jai Baladev.
Jai Baladev!
Okay. Whoever says Jai Prabhupada and jumps first, the highest, will get.
Jai Prabhupada!
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Those who have played previously, we're not going to allow them to play. Okay, we'll go with the timer. Another, can we have the quiz back on? Yeah. Another question. How many wheels does Nandi Gosha, chariot of Lord Jagannath, have? Option A, you're not going to get the prize. Option A, 8. Option B, 16. Option C, 26. Option D, 28. So 18 is disqualified. Okay. So, no, okay, so whom do I give? 18 is the wrong answer. There's no 18 there.
16.
Okay. So whom do I give the prize to? I saw the who jumped there. Okay, give me the prize. Okay. So, who was the first one to go? Okay, I'll give the prize to you. Hari Bol. Okay. Him. He answered it right. Okay. So thank you so much for participating. I hope you had fun. Due to positive, be moving on to the next event. So you can all take your seats again. Thank you so much. Hari Bol. Round of applause for all of them. They played a nice game. They made it fun. They made it enjoyable. And we've been able to think of Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra. So next, what's next? Association, yes. The scriptures say that for great encouragement, we need like-minded people. And it is by associating with devotees that one can advance in spiritual life and give up the bad habits of sense gratification. So up next, we are okay. We have the ops team there. Okay, we'll begin in a short while, a minute or 2 more. In the meanwhile, we have some interesting video of the Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Ratha Yatra at Vaikunta Hill, and we'll be watching that beautiful video. Hari Bol.
जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ स्वामी जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ स्वामी जय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ
Jani Simha, Jani Simha, Jaya Jani Simha Dev, Praladesha, Jaya Padma, Mukha Padma Brimga, Jani Simha, Jani Simha, Jaya Jani Simha Dev, Praladesha, Jaya Padma, Mukha Padma Bimga.
This is my first hands-on experience in making a Yagikunda. I feel so extremely blessed to be participating in this competition and damn excited. Thank you, folk.
This Yagya preparation brings the feeling of cooperation among us.
Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubrimgam Keshavadritam Narari Rupa Jagadishahari O Jagadishahari O Jagadishahari Namaste Narasimhaya
Haribol. So now for the most awaited discussion, Ratha Yatra, the vacation of gods. For this, I invite His Grace Shri Vainate Prabhu on stage. So we all know Prabhu from straightforward classes which are humorous and touching to the hearts and wonderful pastimes of Prabhupada. So we're very happy to have you with us, Prabhu. Prabhu is a mechanical engineer who's been serving at ISKCON as a full-time devotee, serving Krishna young for over 12 years now. Prabhu has worked as an R&D engineer in the HVAC field with SWEP Heat Exchanger. It's a Sweden-based company. Being inspired by devotee associations and Prabhupada's books, Prabhu dedicated his life at the service and lotus feet of Krishna and Prabhupada. Once again, a loud Haribol to Prabhu. Over to you, Prabhu. We thank you so much for enlightening us.
हरे कृष्णा. बोलो जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा मैया की जय. जय Jagannath. Yeah. So how many of you have attended Rath Yatra? At least once. Oh, quite. Virtually. Virtually, I think everyone will raise their hand now. Yeah. Maybe in metaverse we have to enter now. Yeah, ISKCON Bangalore will enter. Don't worry, in future. Good, okay, you can keep. Yeah. So, in today's class, I'll be telling you what are the lessons we can learn from this Rath Yatra festival, as well as from the life of some important great personalities. What are the things which we can implement? So, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, which tells about the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there is one entire chapter which talks about how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu danced in front of Lord Jagannath. One entire chapter is there, one complete description is there. Because why this Chaitanya Charitamrita literature is also considered to be so important? How many of you know there is one literature, Chaitanya Charitamrita? Yeah, good. In fact, Prabhupada's spiritual master, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to say that in this world, if the entire literatures are lost, and only if Chaitanya Charitamrita remains, that is more than enough. That is more than enough. This one literature is more than enough. The reason so, he says, because Chaitanya Charitamrita contains everything. It talks about Bhakti Yoga, it talks about the life of pure devotees, it talks about life of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and most important, it goes very deep into Vaishnava etiquettes and dealing between Vaishnavas. In other literatures, you will not find, like in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, you will not find so much. That's why Bhaktisiddhanta said, this one literature is more than enough. And that's why Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, in this chapter, which talks about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dancing in Rath Yatra, he says, it says here, Iha yahi sune si Chaitanya paya Vishwasa saha prema bhakti haya. He says, if anyone hears this description, what description? Description of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dancing in front of Lord Jagannath during the Rath Yatra festival. If anyone hears this description of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dancing in front of Lord Jagannath during the Rath Yatra festival, what is the benefit that he'll get is, he says, Vishwasa saha prema bhakti haya. Vishwasa, he'll develop firm faith. Firm faith in what? In prema bhakti haya. In love of God and in devotional service. So just by hearing this wonderful pastime of how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu participated in Rath Yatra, as well as how he made his associate participate in Rath Yatra, we get the benefit of being firm, get that firm conviction in devotional service as well as love of God. This is the benefit that one gets by hearing this wonderful pastime. So we all know in Jagannath Puri, just like on yesterday, day before yesterday, we had this Rath Yatra festival, right? I think most of you all would have watched it, correct? Anyone left out? Don't worry, I'll not do anything, don't worry. Good, huh? See the era of social media. Almost everyone have watched it online. Good to know that. They are looking at each other's faces. Anyone missed out? Okay, good. Honesty. Very nice. No problem. We can hear it. We can go through a virtual tour. So, if you noticed in Jagannath Puri, there is one, the starting ceremony is there. So that same ceremony, even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to witness. So, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami starts this chapter by telling Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, along with his associates, they went in the morning to that Jagannath temple, and there they witnessed one ceremony where the Lord Jagannath is brought from the temple to the Ratha, Pandu Vijaya ceremony. So that ceremony, to witness that ceremony, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went. So in that ceremony, the servants of Lord Jagannath will be carrying him, and they are compared to having a strength of a drunken elephant. They are so strong. But the Acharya says, who in the world can carry the Supreme Lord? He is carrying the entire universe, maintaining everyone. how can he be carried? So that's why it is said, the Lord comes out of his own sweet will. That's why many times in Jagannath Puri you would have witnessed this. That in 1970, there was one district, I think 75 like that, there was one district magistrate who was in charge of that Puri temple. He made a law. He was thinking this pandas who are serving the people who are serving Lord Jagannath, they are also called as pandas. Because they are delaying this Ratha Yatra a lot, we should make a very strict schedule. At this time this should happen. This time this should happen. By afternoon this Ratha Yatra should get over. We should not go on for whole night. Sometimes it goes on till the next day also. Jagannath Ratha will wait the whole night and next day it will reach the Gundicha temple. So he made that by afternoon we can finish this Ratha Yatra festival. So that day what happened? Lord Jagannath, the Pandas or the Daityas who are lifting Lord Jagannath, they were finding it very difficult to lift the Lord and take it to the Ratha. They were finding it so difficult. Then finally the king and the chief priest came and they begged the Lord. So many district magistrates will come and go. My Lord, you don't worry. Please come inside. The devotees are waiting for you. Then after a lot of intense prayer, finally Lord agreed to go into the Ratha. And this is how the Ratha Yatra festival started. So that's why the great Acharya says, it's not so easy to lift the Lord. He should allow himself to get lifted by his devotees. Then it's possible for us to pull the Ratha. And that also it is his own sweet will. So once, in the same way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw that. And just before the pulling of Ratha happens, the king of Puri will come and sweep the floor with a broom. And the same thing was done by King Prataprudra that time. So when he was sweeping the floor, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very pleased with him. Because the king, he is in such a royal position and he is coming in front of Lord Jagannath and sweeping the floor. Because earlier King Prataprudra tried his best to go and meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, speak to him, and all these things he tried. But Mahaprabhu was not ready to meet him. Because he was a sannyasa and he wanted to set an example that the sannyasi should not deal with all these kings who are too attached with material position, opulence and all. So that's why he was not ready to meet King Prataprudra. And King Prataprudra was trying from his end to meet him as many times as possible, but he failed. Then finally, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw him doing that menial service, immediately Mahaprabhu became very happy. So that's why it is said, humility grants us, perception to reality. Humility grants us perception to reality. Just like in Krishna Lila, you see, Indra has thousands of eyes. And he was not able to recognize that Supreme Lord Krishna. And it was Indra along with all the demigods went to Brahma to petition him to please save us from these demons who have taken over this earthly planet. And the Lord said, okay, I'll come, I'll descend. And that same Indra, just because the Brajavasis were not ready to do yagna for his satisfaction, he became upset. And he became so much upset that he was not able to see his own Lord Krishna. And then he decided to attack and teach Krishna a lesson because he became blinded by his pride. So that's why the first thing in spirituality is humility. Humility grants one a perception to reality. So to see the reality, the first and important quality is to be humble and meek. Humility is a must. So that's why when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw Prataprudra, sweeping the floor, immediately he became very pleased. He became so happy with him. And he decided, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, definitely he'll be giving him darshan shortly. And after that ritual was over, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately arranged 7 group of kirtaniyas, 7 kirtan groups, And first group was led by Sarup Damodar, he was a leader. And Advaita Acharya was in charge of, he was a dancer, chief dancer in that group. Like that second group was led by Srivas Thakur, Nityananda Prabhu was a chief dancer. Third group was led by Mukunda Datta and Haridas Thakur was a chief dancer in that group. Fourth group was led by Govinda Ghosh and Vakreshwara Pandit was the chief dancer. So the fifth group was led by residents of Kulinga Grama and the sixth group was led by residents of Shantipur. In that, Achyutananda was the chief dancer, and the seventh group was led by residents of Kandagrama. So like this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made us 7 groups, and he made 4 groups to come in front of Lord Jagannath, and other 2 groups to be on the side of Lord Jagannath, and 1 group at the back side of Lord Jagannath. So he arranged this Kirtan group, and in each group there were 2 mridangas. So much sound was coming that when Lord Jagannath came from the temple, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started shouting, Mahima, Mahima. Usually in Odia, Mahima means a very great respectful person. But still that sound was not audible to everyone because the Kirtan was going in a different level. Imagine each group, 2 mridangas, like that 14 mridangas. In a main temple hall with 1 mridanga, thak, 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 6:30, 6:45, dhag, 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 dhag. Even that singer voice also is not audible sometimes. So imagine 14 mridangas, what kind of vibration will be there. So like that Kirtan was going on. And it was said, Mahaprabhu was personally present in all the groups. And everyone were feeling that Mahaprabhu is in my group only. He's liking our dance, he's liking our singing. And he was present in our group. But Bhattacharya and Kashi Mishra were able to see everyone, that Mahaprabhu was there in each and every group. So only pure devotees will be able to get that vision. And when that Kirtan was happening, Mahaprabhu was jumping, dancing like anything. He was so excited seeing Lord Jagannath during that Rath Yatra festival. So much so that King Prataprudra, he was also watching Mahaprabhu at the distance and he was astonished. So immediately Nityananda Prabhu made a circle so that people don't go and disturb Mahaprabhu. He made 1 circle, then there were 1 more confidential servant like Kashi Ishwara, they made 1 more circle around Nityananda Prabhu's circle, and Prataprudra and his personal associates made 1 more circle so that people don't go and disturb Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that Kirtan was going on, jumping, dancing. And finally, Prataprudra was able to see this form of Mahaprabhu. He was jumping in the air, rolling down, and he was completely astonished. And at that time, Srivas Thakur was blocking his view. Because king was seeing from a distance, then Srivas Thakur was coming and blocking his view here and there. And one of the king's servant by name Harichandana was able to make out. So he went to Srivas Thakur and he tapped him and said, please move aside. Then Srivas Thakur moved aside. Then again he came in front of Mahaprabhu and danced. Then again Harichandan went and pushed him little bit. Then again Srivas Thakur came and danced. Again he came, he pushed him. Then again Srivas Thakur was dancing. Then Srivas Thakur was getting upset. Who is this person who is pushing me? Then next time he pushed him, jhapada, patar karke he gave a tight slap to Harichandana. Then after getting that tight slap, Harichandana became very upset. Then immediately King Prataprudra came and told, you are very fortunate to get this slap from a great soul like Srivas Thakur. Because it's not so easy to get a slap or get a chastisement. Just like in Krishna book, there was a very nice pastime of one of the king by name Vidyadhara. So this king was actually a demigod in a heavenly planet. He was handsome and he was very beautiful. And because he was handsome and beautiful, he became very proud. And once it said that when he was walking, when he was going around his ride, he was going around in a plane, which the higher planets, heavenly planets they use. So that time he noticed a sage who was very ugly. And looking at that, he started laughing. He was laughing like anything. And then the sage came to know and cursed him that immediately you become a snake. So he became a snake, and finally it so happened that he was about to swallow Nanda Maharaj. And then Krishna knew about all this background. He came with his lotus feet, he touched the snake, and the snake was immediately transformed into this Vidyadhara. And then he told this story to Krishna that how I was belonging to a heavenly planet, I was so beautiful and I became so puffed up that finally one sage cursed me. But I can feel that curse is actually a blessing in disguise. Because of that, I got your darshan. So sometimes the great souls, even when they curse, you should know that curse will ultimately lead us to our own well-being. He finally got the darshan of Lord Krishna himself. So the same way King Prataprudra was telling, actually you are very fortunate that you got a jhapadiya from Srivas Thakur. And like that this kirtan was going on. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing in ecstasy. And it so happened, after some times, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went and in Jagannath Vallabha Gardens he took rest. At that time, Bhattacharya, told King Prataprudra that he gave him all the tips. Okay, wear a Vaishnava dress, come out of your dress like a king, and go to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, massage his leg, and he told, sing this following verses. And after he did that, immediately Chaitanya Mahaprabhu hugged Prataprudra, and Prataprudra was so pleased. He said, yes, I have achieved the goal of my life. Because just before Rath Yatra, Prataprudra went to Bhattacharya and he said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Namo Maha Vandanaya, he is so great. He has come to deliver even people like Jagai Madai. I think Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taken a vow that he will deliver everyone except me. So he was telling his frustration to Bhattacharya. Why is he not meeting me? Why is he not delivering me? He is ready to deliver Jagai Madai, but not me. Then Bhattacharya said, don't worry. Soon he will meet you. Don't worry. And that's why King Prataprudra, by mercy of a devotee, he was able to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that's why in our life, Vaishnava or Sadhu Sangha, association of Vaishnavas, play a very, very important role. We may not have any interest to do this. We may feel very difficulty in chanting this japa. But when we just associate with the devotee, automatically we'll get that interest. We'll get that vibes within us. And a devotee, pure devotee, will give us idea, some transcendental secret, how to please the Lord. And that's why this Rath Yatra festival was introduced by Prabhupada throughout the world. Can anyone tell me why Prabhupada introduces Rath Yatra festival throughout the world? Can anyone tell me? What was the reason? Okay, not key, DT. Okay, good. But yeah, that is also one of the reason how it happened. Good. I think Saurabh, right? Very nice, wonderful. Okay, one of the reason. Other reason, can anyone tell me? Yes, Ruchir? Okay, yes, because in Jagannath Puri, right, in India, so many foreign invaders came and attacked and destroyed our temple. That's why in many temples in North India, they'll not allow non-Hindus or foreigners to come and have darshan. So the same thing happened when Prabhupada went there. And so Prabhupada said, this temple is, Jagannath is not just Purinatha Orianath. He's Jagannath, Lord of the universe. He said, if not, you don't, I'll take Jagannath to the whole world. Yes, that is also one of the reason. Very good, Ruchir, good point. Anyway, one more major reason why, as I said, pure devotee gives out some transcendental secret so that everyone gets benefited. Like how Prataprudra got benefited. Like that, there is one very interesting transcendental secret. Okay, very close. Can anyone tell that? So, very close, little bit. So just here you can see King Prataprudra getting the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to take rest. So this is a full ecstasy, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in ecstasy, fully jumping and dancing in front of Lord. So basically, this Rath Yatra festival, for what reason we celebrate this Rath Yatra festival? It's very close what he said. Vacation, okay. But why? Okay. So, I'll tell you that. No, that is there, but on what basis? Why it's happening? Correct. Very good. So basically, we all know in Krishna's pastime, when Krishna was there in Vrindavan for 11 years, afterwards, Akrura came and took Krishna to Mathura. And at that time, the gopis were telling, "O Govinda, O Damodara, O Madhava," they were telling, "Why you are leaving us?" But still Krishna promised that I'll come back. But after Mathura, Krishna went to Dwaraka and he took up the role as a king. And when during Kurukshetra, during the solar eclipse, when he came along with the his soldiers and all, when he came to Kurukshetra, at the same time, even the Brajvasis from Vrindavan happened to come there. And when Radharani met Krishna, she was telling, you are the same Krishna, I am the same Radharani. You promised us that you will come, but you did not come. She said, please come and give us a transcendental joy. Because in Kurukshetra, there are so many chariots, so many soldiers. But in Vrindavan, there are birds, there are bees, there are cows. The transcendental experience in Vrindavan is compared to an ocean. And here in Kurukshetra is not even a drop. Can you please come to Vrindavan? Look at your father, look at your mother, Yashoda, look at Nanda Baba. Please, at least for their sake, you come. We are dying out of separation. We are just alive because you gave a promise that you are going to come back. Because of that, we are alive. Then Krishna said, don't worry, I'll come back. So, at that time, the gopis, because gopis are very interested to unite Radha and Krishna. So, at that time, in their mind, they had made a chariot, and in that chariot, they put Krishna, and they were pulling him so that he can come to Vrindavan, meet Radharani. So, that's why to commemorate that event, this Rath Yatra festival is being celebrated. So the Puri temple is considered to be like opulence, like Dwaraka, and this Gundicha temple is considered to be like Vrindavan. So Radharani, she becomes so grateful if someone pulls Krishna towards her. And she becomes so grateful for that soul that she bestows unlimited mercy on that jiva. So that's why even in this Rath Yatra, to just go and touch that rope, that person who touches that rope gets so much benediction. That's why in Jagannath Puri, you'll see so many people. More than 20 lakhs people will be present there. Why? Because they want the mercy of Radharani. Because Radharani is considered to be the topmost devotee. And if Radharani is pleased, Jagannath will immediately give his mercy. So because Radharani becomes very grateful, oh, this jiva is coming and pulling Jagannatha towards me, to Vrindavan, she becomes even more pleased. So that's why, to get that special mercy, people go to Jagannath Puri. And Prabhupada knew all these things. That's why he took this Jagannath and installed it throughout the world. He took this Jagannath Ratha Yatra festival and went throughout the world. So in all the places, this Rath Yatra festival is being celebrated. And like that, so many devotees are getting benefited on a daily basis. So, in fact, there is one very interesting pastime which has happened some around, I think, 10-12 years back. In Assam, in Guwahati, at the same time, they also celebrate one Rath Yatra festival. I think 12 or 15 years back, like that. There was a Muslim boy. So this Muslim boy, he was studying at that time, and his father was a school teacher. He passed away, but somehow he worked hard and he got into IIT Guwahati. So that IIT Guwahati and the majors and the city, Guwahati, is separated by a river, I think Brahmaputra river, and there is a bridge which connects that two places. So this boy, because his uncle was there in that Guwahati city working in some government office, on the weekends he used to regularly go and meet his uncle. On one such day, when he was coming back, he noticed this Rath Yatra festival happening. And that time he saw that sound, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So he continuously was hearing this kirtan, and he was also telling Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare, like that, and all he was doing. And even when he went back to his hostel, being a Muslim, he was telling Hare Krishna, like that. So 2 days that Hare Krishna tune was going inside his mind. And somehow other, right, college life, first year you will be very obedient. And once second year, third year comes, your Asli Avtara comes out. So the same thing, he started getting into bad habits and all. And his uncle also got transferred to some other city. So he was there in hostel only. So being in hostel, he just forgot about that incident of Rath Yatra. Then one day he decided, Aaj bore ho raha, chalo aaj we'll go to city. So that day, fortunately there was a Rath Yatra festival. So he went towards that city, and while coming back, he saw a traffic jam and he saw that Rath Yatra, that Hare Krishna sound was coming. So immediately one devotee came and gave him a magazine. So he took that magazine, and that devotee said, can you at least give some donation to cover that printing cost? He was little agitated because already he took that magazine. So he said, okay, take this 10 rupees. And then he was going through the pages, and then that Hare Krishna tune was going on. Kirtan was going on. So he also started singing Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Then he said, no, 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 haram, 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 I can't sing all this. And at that time, he opened that book. And in that book, there was on Prabhupada's lecture, that one conversation was there, and Prabhupada was telling, this Krishna conscious movement is not an artificial imposition on the mind. Then Prabhupada goes on to speak, like Haridas Thakur, though born in a Muslim family, he ended up becoming Nama Acharya. So he heard this, he read this line, he said, oh, so even Musalman people also can do chant. Then immediately closed that book and went to Ratha Yatra, started jumping, dancing, participated at Ratha Yatra. Then he went to ISKCON temple, they gave him nice prasadam. He felt so happy. Then he regularly started visiting temple, started doing chanting, and then he finally became devotee. Then he said, if my class used to begin at 7:30, I used to wake up at 7 o'clock, without taking bath I used to go. But he said, after 1 year of coming in touch with ISKCON, I not only finish my 16 rounds, okay, I take bath and I go and attend my class. He said that was the first transformation. So he began to chant and all. Then his mother got a doubt. He's becoming little too serious nowadays. He's behaving little odd. Then she asked, why are you chanting? Then he said, no, it is same thing only, same God. She said, no, for us Allah is everything. He said that Allah is Krishna only. Then he asked, how can we reach God? His mother said, by prayers. He said, see, when I am doing that same prayer, but can you tell me what relation we have with the God? What is the ultimate goal? Why do we worship God? She said, no, for us we do 5-time namaz, everything will be taken care. Then he told her about Krishna consciousness philosophy. Finally his mother also became convinced. And finally his mother was telling that even I stopped eating non-veg and even I am starting chanting 2 rounds now. And that boy today, he's working in Hyderabad. His name will not say because, right? I'll not tell. So today he's become a devotee and he's working in Hyderabad. So you see, everything happened because of one thing, that is Ratha Yatra. That's why it is said in Narada Purana, one scripture is Narada Purana, that deity of Lord Jagannath is so merciful that if someone just goes and have his darshan, immediately his place is booked in Goloka Vrindavan. Jai Jagannath. That is the glory of Lord Jagannath. So that's why Prabhupada ensured that this Ratha Yatra festival happens in all the major cities in the world, so that people go and have darshan. And the same thing happened during Prabhupada's time. There is one devotee, Padmalochana Prabhu. He was telling how he came to Krishna consciousness. He said one evening he was going to a pub, and after having drinks with his friend, when he came back, he saw a poster. Oh, this is poster, ISKCON's poster. Okay, some Ratha Yatra festival. It was a kind of very exotic experience for these Americans that time. He said, okay, let me attend, let me see what will happen. So he came for the Ratha Yatra festival and he saw the deities, that kirtan. It was like he felt he's in some different planet. And then finally he saw Prabhupada. Just by staring at Prabhupada for a few minutes, he decided, this is the man I'm going to surrender my life to. I got my guru. And that same person today became Padmalochana Prabhu, just because of this Ratha Yatra festival. That's why Prabhupada wanted this festival to happen throughout the world. And that's why this ISKCON, he ensured that Ratha Yatra plays a very important role. He said it should happen in the city, in the major part of city. It should happen. And that's why, Prabhupada ensured, like in New York, it was happening in some LA or New York, in some other place, which was very far off. Prabhupada said, no, it should happen in the heart of city. And he said, then the devotees told, Prabhupada, I think we should have it in 5th Avenue. I don't know whether it's New York or LA, one of the two cities. 5th Avenue is known to be a very well-known area, well-known place. Then the devotees told Prabhupada, it's very difficult to get permission in that place. Prabhupada said, no, you try. I want Ratha Yatra to happen there. So because spiritual master has instructed, he's a confidential servant. So this devotee took all the prasadam, prayed to Lord Jagannath and went. So that mayor was there. Before meeting mayor, there are 2-3 people they has to meet. He just walked in. He gave Jagannath prasadam. He said, I want to meet the mayor. And all of them mystically, okay, go. Meeting the mayor of the city, it cannot be so easy. So they took prasadam. Okay, go. No problem, go. So they went. Finally, the assistant was there. The last obstacle. He gave prasadam. Can I meet the mayor? Then after eating, earlier he was telling, no, he's busy. Then this devotee said, no, you take little prasadam, first take. So after eating prasadam, he said, yeah, he said he is busy, but I think he can still give you time. You try, go. So he went inside, and that mayor was, oh, you Hare Krishna people, you cause lot of nuisance, I heard. He said, no problem, you first eat this sweet. No, you eat first. Then after eating sweet, then this devotee said, we want to have this Rath Yatra, chariot festival, we want your permission. Then the mayor, after eating prasadam, he took his pen, and while signing, he said, I don't know why am I doing this. And finally he signed, and ISKCON got the permission. So, and after that many mayors came, and many mayors wanted to stop that. But what ISKCON devotees will do? See, permission, that mayor has given permission to us. Okay, continue. So it has been going on from 1970s. So recently some mayors said, no, you have to stop it. They said, no, we got permission, 1970. Okay, chodo, have it. So like that, Prabhupada wanted this festival to happen so that everyone gets benefited of this festival. And in a very nice way, this is how this Rath Yatra happened. So it so happened in San Francisco temple, which was considered to be the epicenter of this hippie movement. So at that time, there was Malati Mataji in San Francisco temple. So she was in charge of all the groceries and some purchase related in the temple. So once she went to one of the shop called as Cost Plus. So it was an import-export shop. So in that Cost Plus shop she went, and there she noticed in a barrel, there were some very exotic looking figures. In that barrel it was written Made in India. So that time devotees were very excited. Made in India means something, it will be great. Prabhupada will be very happy. Chalo, let me go and explore. So in that barrel, there were some small, kind of statues, and they were looking very exotic. So she got very impressed, and she took that and went to San Francisco temple. She showed that to her husband, Shyam Sundar Prabhu. And at that time, Shyam Sundar Prabhu said, why don't you show it to Prabhupada? So she went and showed that figure to Prabhupada. Then Prabhupada opened his eye. He was fully surprised. He said, oh, he immediately offered obeisances. And he said, along with this figure, there are two more figures. Can you go and get it? He said, this figure is Baldev. Now there is Subhadra and Jagannath. Can you go and get that? So that's why it is said, before Krishna comes, first Ananta, Baldev will come. So the same thing happened with ISKCON. The first figure was Baldev. Then Prabhupada said, there are two more figures. That is, you please get that. And then she brings that Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra. And then he calls his Shyam Sundar. He said, can you do this deity? So he purchased a 3 feet high wooden logs, and he made a nice deity of Jagannath. And this is how the worship of deity started in ISKCON. So this is the first temple, Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra. This is the first deity which was being worshipped. And Prabhupada was teaching them. He was telling, see, if you want to meet a very big man, you have to first connect to him. You have to get connected to him. You have to become a friend. So Prabhupada is telling, if you want to meet some very big man, you have to get connected, you have to become his friend. So similarly, he said, you have to become friend of this Lord, Jagannath. Then gradually, your door to Goloka Vrindavan will be opened. And then he introduced this Aarti ceremony of offering incense sticks, fire, and water, cloth, and flower. And he said, daily at the end of the day, go in front of Lord Jagannath and tell what and all you have done. So Prabhupada was teaching his disciple how to develop relationship with the deities. How to develop. This is how he started. And every evening they used to go for kirtan in one of the parks, Golden Gate Park and all. I think in San Francisco, some other park, they used to go. And since Prabhupada said, you should become friend with the Lord, once what happened, they took Lord Jagannath like this. And they took him to the park and they did the kirtan. So Prabhupada also saw that, and Prabhupada said, you should not take him like that. Better you have a Rath Yatra festival. You cannot take Lord. Lord is installed in the temple. You cannot take him like this. Because they were very naive. And that's how the first Rath Yatra festival happened. So they were asking, what is this Rath Yatra festival? So Prabhupada, from his window, he saw a flatbed truck. There was a truck with flatbed. And then Prabhupada saw, and Prabhupada is very practical. He knew what were the limitation, resources and all. He immediately drew this, one canopy, and in that flatbed, Jagannath this side, Baldev this side, Subhadra at the rear. And he said, we'll have a Rath Yatra festival. Chalo, immediately start. And in this way, we celebrated the first Rath Yatra festival in July 5th, 1967 in ISKCON. And from that day onwards, continuously, the number of places where this Rath Yatra festival is being held, it's going on increasing. So this is the first Rath Yatra festival. You can see that picture. And that was the invitation in San Francisco. So this is how the first Rath Yatra festival was started. So in that truck, there was Shyam Sundar Prabhu who was driving that truck. So from that temple till the beach. So when they were driving, there were roads which were like this, uphill. So suddenly while driving, the truck stopped. And then he was starting, it went back, and then again it started. Then Prabhupada said, actually in Jagannath Puri also Rath Yatra will stop like this. Because Lord wants to give darshana to certain people, so it will stop like this. So the same thing is happening. Now see, it started again. And so this Ratha continued. And that time devotees were not serious, though they were full-time. They were not so rigid about the rules, like eating only prasadam. After the morning program, they used to go outside and eat ice cream and all. So during the Ratha, there was a person who distributed sugar candies to some devotees. But unfortunately, this sugar candy, it was mixed with LSD, one kind of drugs which puts you in hallucination and all. So Yamuna Mataji and Janaki Mataji, they were singing. Very good singers, just like we have this Darshanarti, Govindam Adi Purusham. It was sung by her only. So those were initial days. So they took that candy and they got that LSD effect. So they were thinking, disciples were thinking, oh, Prabhupada sees, then what happens? So immediately they disappeared from the eyes of Prabhupada. And Prabhupada knew this. Then he asked immediately, where is Yamuna and where is Janaki? Then the disciples went and told Prabhupada, actually they took one candy, and in that candy it was mixed with that LSD. So this is what happened. Then Prabhupada said, this is why I am telling you should eat only Krishna Prasadam. Because when you eat food cooked by someone outside, that what consciousness, his karma, everything is mixed. And the same result you will get. But when you eat food which is offered to the Lord, it will be sanctified and you will have no reaction. So in this way, in a little bit, Prabhupada introduced this concept of prasadam to his disciples. Just like simple thing, you may eat outside food on regular basis. Daily you may eat outside food, correct? Though it may be very tasty, but when you go at home and eat maa ka haath se bana hua khana, that satisfaction is completely different. It may not be so tasty compared to outsider, when it's cooked by outsider, but because mother, with full love, oh my son, chalo ghee extra marenge, extra malai marenge, chalo mera beta hi hai, after 5 years he is coming. So you feel so satisfied because the consciousness is filled with love. But outside, thaka, money. So that same consciousness gets into us. So that's why it's very important that we begin by having prasadam. If we are staying outside in a PG, we can join folk residency or at least become a non-resident in folk residency, because we have folk residency in all the places in Bangalore. And if you are at home, at least begin your day. At least offer a glass of water. At least offer a glass of water, one glass. Slowly you upgrade to fruits, then upgrade to breakfast. Then automatically you will only feel like having only prasadam. When you eat something else, you feel a lot of dissatisfaction. So in this way, Prabhupada very intelligently introduced the concept of prasadam to all his disciples. And this is how the first Rath Yatra was held. And Prabhupada was so merciful, because during that Rath Yatra, Shyam Sundar Prabhu was driving the truck. Okay, he made his dog, he had a dog also, pet dog. He made that dog sit next to him while driving the truck. And in that San Francisco temple, Janaki had a cat. And that cat was very attached to Prabhupada. Whenever it is let free, it will go to Prabhupada's feet and sit there. And Prabhupada knew all these things. So he was not so adamant about all these things. He let it go. Whenever that cat was let free, it will go to Swami. They used to call Swamiji, Prabhupada's leg, and it would sit. So like that, even the cat got special mercy of pure devotee. So coming back, so Rath Yatra is held for this reason. So people, it doesn't matter wherever they are, if they just go have darshan of Jagannath, immediately, that's it. One ticket is booked in Goloka Vrindavan. Ticket is booked. Now it depends upon you when you want to take up this journey. So that's why Prabhupada gave this opportunity to everyone, so that everyone can get benefited. That's why you see here in Washington, then in New York. So in all major places, Prabhupada said it should be there in the major places, this thing should happen. So that immediately people should, take blessings and get an opportunity to start their spiritual life. They should immediately start. Doesn't matter what happens. And that's how in Australia, there was one police, he was a police, kind of a traffic police like that. And he used to, he was in charge of this, whenever this Rath Yatra was being held, he used to, somehow control the crowd and all. And in that way, he felt very happy being with devotees because devotees used to feed him nice prasadam. And it so happened in airport, once Prabhupada was waiting in Sydney airport, and he went and he offered Prabhupada something. And Prabhupada immediately accepted that offering and smiled at him, and he, with his hand, he rubbed his head. And finally, after 2 months, that police fellow became a Hare Krishna devotee. So he was telling it all started by doing his duty of controlling the crowd during Rath Yatra festival. That's how he started. So you see, anyone, whatever may be his intention, he comes during Rath Yatra festival, life is successful. Doesn't matter. Bhagyavan, aho Bhagyavan, he'll become Bhagyavan. Just like when Pratap Rudra was astonished seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Kashi Mishra was telling, "Oh my dear king, you have become very fortunate because you're able to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dancing." So similarly, whoever it is, when they see Lord Jagannath in Ratha, life is successful. His goal, already one ticket is booked for him to go back to Godhead. Now it's up to him when he has to take the flight. So that's why pure devotees know this transcendental secret. And for that reason, all the devotees around the world, they become very excited during Rath Yatra festival. Of course, in ISKCON we have so many festivals. So in Rath Yatra we become very excited because Radharani's special kripa we'll get. Radharani is considered to be the topmost devotee. And if that topmost devotee recommends Krishna, see na, help him. So immediately Krishna will accept. Because they are so merciful. Just like we may come to a class, but in class we may be dozing off. But still, Radharani will feel, at least he's coming here and dozing off. Na? So Krishna, please consider him. So like that kind of merciful these devotees are. So immediately we have to take advantage, and that Rath Yatra festival gives us that opportunity. It gives us that kind of, opportunity for us to start a spiritual life. So that we become very clear about the purpose of our life. See, if a purpose of life is clear, all this so-called mental problem, mental anxiety, all will just go off. It's like, chodo yaar, goal, ticket is there, I have to go back to Godhead. Chodo, this and all chota-mota problems will come and go. Let it come and go. Zindagi ka dusra naam hai problem. Problem aate rahenga. But at least I have a purpose in life. Let me go for it. So that purpose will become very strong. You'll build up that conviction. And that conviction will come when you follow the transcendental secrets given by a pure devotee. That's why if you want to know what are the lessons, this is the lesson. You have to please pray to the Lord. So what that P stands for? Patience. Just like King Pratap Rudra, he was so patient. He was very eager to meet Mahaprabhu. He was in fact showing his frustration to Bhattacharya. Why I'm not able to meet Mahaprabhu? Bhattacharya said, no problem. He'll give you a benediction. Don't worry. I will go and put a petition on behalf of you. So that patience is very important. L, loving exchanges between Lord and devotee. So this King Pratap Rudra was facilitating this loving exchange between Lord and his devotees. Like how during Rath Yatra, many pilgrims from Bengal will come to Jagannath Puri. So he used to take care of their arrangement, take care of their living quarters. And there was one great devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Ramananda Raya. He was a governor of one of the South Indian district of one of the South Indian district. So King Pratap Rudra relieved him from his duty and ensured that he is in Jagannath Puri with Mahaprabhu, and he was giving him salary, so that Mahaprabhu can have this loving exchange between devotees. So Pratap Rudra was facilitating all these things between Mahaprabhu and his devotees. He was taking care of his devotees like anything. And then his etiquettes, behavior. He was very careful about his behavior with devotees. Because for Krishna, his devotees are everything. Just like you want to meet a great man, and he has a dog, and you'll say, Kutta, chi chi chi, ganda. So that person will say, okay, move, tata, go. So if you want to meet him, little bit you have to go and tell, like this and all you have to tell, even though you hate a dog. Correct? So similarly, our behavior with devotees should be very pakka, because Krishna is concerned about that. We may be struggling with our habits and all, But if our dealings with devotees is very good, Krishna will bless us so that we can come out of all these bad habits. So Vaishnava etiquettes is very important, how we deal with devotees. Because for Krishna, devotees are everything. Just like you see, very few of you are here, because many of them have gone to Jagannath Puri. And to get few of you here, you see many devotees, they do so many service there to register you for Yoga for Happiness. Out of that, very few will attend, 50% will attend Yoga for Happiness YFH session. And out of that, those who register to folk, few will come. Continuously folk guide will call, why don't you come? Today we have this festival. So we'll be like, छोड़ो, प्रभु इतना बुला रहे, दर्शन देख ही लेते, चलो एक बार जाएंगे. So in that mood we come, then gradually we start chanting, and when we change, so like that, these kind of souls are very rare. So Krishna is very pakka about his devotees. He is very attached to his devotees. So we should be very careful in regards to dealing with his devotees. And then his associating with Vaishnavas. Pratap, this king, was very eager to associate with devotees, because the devotees have a key to make somehow the transcendental secret they have, by which, they'll be able to get the darshan of the Lord. They have that transcendental secret. They know how that can happen. Even though they may be struggling with their anarthas, but still, if you get attached to a devotee, follow his instruction, big miracles can happen. Just like in ISKCON only, we all know the story of Valmiki and Narada, correct? Valmiki was a hunter. When he said, you chant the name of Rama, he was not able to chant. He was chanting Mara, 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 Mara. Correct? And then Narad Muni said, you try. Gradually Rama, Rama name will come and you will get purified. So being attached to devotee has that kind of, because, it helps you advance very quickly to Krishna. They know what to do, when to do. And the same thing Prabhupada also did. Though his crowd was hippies, coming from this background, they were struggling to follow regulative principles, but Prabhupada always encouraged them. Prabhupada said, no problem. Even there were great sannyasis, who left that sannyasa ashram, went back, again got married. Prabhupada said, no problem. You please chant. No problem. Just continue. And gradually they did so many good service for the mission. So the key is how much you associate with devotees. That much your advancement is there. Just like we have folk residency almost in all the major places, wherever companies are there, wherever colleges are there. So we have to take that advantage and go and be with devotees. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that even though you may be struggling to practice this principle, just go and get attached to a devotee. Ho gaya kaam. Automatically you will get that inspiration, that motivation, and that, that josh to do that. The crux is be with devotees, and the same thing you can see with the king. And next is seva, devotional service. Be ready to do any service. Just like king. The king was sweeping the road in front of Lord Jagannath. Immediately Mahaprabhu became very happy. Sukhi deka Chaitanya. He became very happy. Why? He was doing tuchya seva. Tuchya seva, very menial service he was doing in front of Lord Jagannath, in front of Mahaprabhu. And he became so pleased. Now you see, in the month of August, correct? Now August we have Janmashtami, right? So in the month of August we have Janmashtami. We should take advantage. Come and do service. So that Chaitya Krishna, Radha Krishna will note, okay, he has done service. So you may forget that you have done service, but Krishna will never forget you. He will never forget. He will already make a note, okay, इसने मेरे लिए बहुत सेवा किया. एक दिन पूरा एकादशी follow किया. Definitely. You will be in the good books of Lord Krishna. The same incident happened in ISKCON also. There was once a devotee, he was practicing Krishna consciousness and all, and it so happened that he got fed up completely with this lifestyle, and he said, okay, no longer I'm going to be a Hare Krishna devotee. Let me go outside and work and just forget about it. So he left ISKCON temple and he started working. So during the 70s, ISKCON was very popular. So wherever he was driving, he was seeing ISKCON devotees, Hare Krishna, jumping, dancing. And whenever he sees ISKCON devotees, he was like, Chah. So he tried to avoid that street. In other street, he'll see one more devotee distributing books. So he avoided that. Then he saw one more street, two devotees doing kirtan. He was like, I think because these devotees are there in this city, very actively they are preaching, that's why it's causing me disturbance. Let me go to some other city. So he went to some other city of US. There also he saw devotees. Then he thought, oh, ISKCON has spread a lot in US. Let me go to Mexico. So he went to Mexico. And in Mexico, in heart of the cities, he saw one big kirtan party was there. He was like, oh, this Krishna is not leaving me. Then he got so frustrated, he took his car and went to an outskirt somewhere in the countryside and all. And there he just sat down in one place. He was completely frustrated because after chanting, hearing this philosophy, going outside and trying to enjoy all those things, it's like you get to, you'll not feel, because Krishna is holding. Krishna said, come. You'll not feel like, nor you'll feel happy doing that. Then this devotee was sitting, and then he saw one book lying there. And mind you, this devotee was a book distributor. He used to distribute a lot of book. And one of the book which he used to distribute was Science of Self-Realization. He used to distribute that books like anything. And that book was lying there in some countryside. Then he saw that, what is that? And he turned that book. There was a photo of Prabhupada. And the book was Science of Self-Realization. And then he started crying and he said, my dear Lord, you are so merciful. I want to go away from you, but you are not leaving me. And then finally, again, he started practicing all those principles and played a very big role in the Mexico temple preaching and all those things. So that's why even you do once a little bit service to Krishna, Krishna will never forget it. So this Janmashtami, we should be very eager to register ourselves, because even if we register or not, that service will go on. Some other in a temple, in Bangalore, we have ISKCON Bangalore, we have amazing systems, that things will go on. But when we do, Krishna will make a note of it. Immediately Krishna will make a note. Oh, he has given his one day. Kuch to bol ke aa gaya boss ko. Something lie, he has taken one day leave, he took a paid leave, chalo, he'll make a note of it. And that will always be there. That is going to be your eternal, it will be in your eternal credit. You will forget, but Krishna will never forget. You'll always feel, suddenly you may go off, you may go to some other city, you may get diverted, but again when you see Krishna, immediately you will come off. If not here, even next life also. In same thing, in Australia, in a Bay Area, they got one devotee. So that devotee was telling how he came to Krishna consciousness. So when he was sleeping one day, when he was taking an afternoon nap, suddenly in his dream he saw one person holding Bhagavad Gita. And he didn't have an ABCD idea of what is Bhagavad Gita. He's an Australian. And he woke up from the sleep. He said, what is this book, Bhagavad Gita and all? Then he went out, and there was an urge inside telling him, you go towards the Bay Area, one place in Australia. So somehow that urge was so much that he went to that place, and there he saw one devotee distributing this Bhagavad Gita. And then he met that devotee, and that devotee explained about Bhagavad Gita. But he was not so satisfied. So he went back home, and that time he told this incident to his mother. And then his mother told, I think you should go and try, take that book, if there is so much urge. So he went next day, that devotee was there at the same place distributing that book. Then he went and purchased that book, and the devotee also told, usually I'll not be in the same place for more than 2 days, because yesterday not many people were interested to buy these books, but I don't know, somehow or other, I have been instructed by my temple commander to come to this place, so I came here. So that devotee felt, oh, it is plan of Krishna. So he took that book and he started reading that book. And after reading this Bhagavad Gita, in one such place, he saw one more devotee. And he met that devotee, so that he invited that devotee to his home. And you're right, devotees always will see how to take this person one step ahead. So he said about Bhagavad Gita. Then that devotee told, we have one more thing called as Srimad Bhagavatam. Why don't you purchase that? So he purchased that entire set. And he invited him to come and live in a farm community. So he lived there. So like that going on, gradually his mother also encouraged him. Okay, you go. If you are feeling good, go. You can become a devotee and all those things. So like that, though he is working in one of the companies there, and he's practicing all these things. So we can see clearly in his previous life he has done something. As Krishna says in the 8th chapter, whatever you do, it will never go waste. So you have come to ISKCON, you are chanting here, you are hearing this, you are eating Krishna Prasadam. These things Krishna will never forget. It is going to go to your eternal bank account. It will go to your eternal bank account. So by doing it on daily basis, gradually, your door to Goloka Vrindavan will be open. And that is the goal of human life. That is the goal, because what? We'll do so many things in this world. One day we have to leave everything and go, What are we going to take? Even one needle we cannot take. Just like in Western world, in that, graveyard, wherever, sometimes they put that person's favorite thing, his soft eyes, this thing, that thing. But finally, what is he going to take? Zero. Nothing. So that's why to develop that eagerness to search for that knowledge, this Rath Yatra festival is there. Not just Rath Yatra, the pure devotee has encouraged all of his disciples to build big, big temples. So that when we see something big, so big, and we immediately get attracted. Just like people go to Dubai, Burj Dubai, oh, Manhattan, oh, Statue of Liberty, oh, Statue of Unity, arre. People get attracted. Same thing, they should see Krishna, just like we have in Vaikunta Hill. Raja Di Raja Srinivas Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. They see, oh, Balaji is so beautiful. Many people have started visiting. Though we have officially told 1st August it will open, many people are telling, Govinda, so beautiful. Huh? So what happens? Immediately that impression will be there in their mind. Next time they say Govinda, they'll remember Raja Di Raja Govinda. Next time they'll remember one place to visit in Bangalore, they'll say, oh, Hare Krishna Hill is there, very beautiful temple. So like that, when we build something very big, something very attractive, immediately conditioned soul like us, we get very enchanted, and that it makes a very strong impression. That's why you see in any ISKCON temple, the deities will be very nicely decorated. Festivals will be in different level, and prasadam will be in a different level altogether. Because I remember when I went to one Rath Yatra year, someone, before having darshan, they came and gave me a donna of prasadam. And then one more volunteer came, take one more. I said, no, only one I already had. He said, no, you take one more. Because generally we go to temple, after giving one donna, if you go second donna, we'll get scoldings. So I didn't want to get that scoldings. They said, no, you take one more. Then one more party of people were there distributing prasadam. They take one more. I was like, chalo, very nice, tasty pongal. Have. So, this kind of things have been made by Prabhupada so that we become attracted to this philosophy. Because philosophy is very difficult to digest. Like most of you are struggling to hear me now. But prasadam is super easily digestible. In that prasadam we have everything. In ISKCON, International Society, you go to South Indian temple, you'll have only rice, puliodare, lemon rice, coconut rice, and lippattu and all as prasadam. You go to North India, they'll have one kind of prasadam. You go to, some place in Gujarat, they'll give you that kind of prasadam. But Prabhupada made it international. In ISKCON, you'll get samosa, pastries, pasta, pizza, Mahaprasadam ki jai. In fact, many people belonging to other sect like Madhavas and Shiva Vaishnavas, they don't eat anything other than offered to Krishna. So because their food is very simple, like South Indian items, they also very eagerly come to our temple to taste the pastries, to taste pizza. So they also don't want to miss. So they were also telling, some priests from Srirangam, they were telling, actually Swamiji, we'll be coming, we'll come to your temple because, that pastries, pizzas and all are very good. So we practice this, though I'm working outside, but we have to eat only food which is offered, Naivaidya. So that's why I come to your temple to eat those pastries. Pastries are amazing in your temple. I'll give out of outage for that. So see how pure devotees, very interesting way he brings people. And the final is enthusiasm. So even prasadam, eating prasadam is one kind of seva, no problem. And the final is enthusiasm. We have to be very enthusiastic to do service to the Lord. We should not miss any opportunity. Because such service will, take us one step towards Krishna. It will be in our internal account. So we should be very enthusiastic. Are Krishna is noticing it. Who? Krishna is noticing it. Yeah, the Supreme Lord. I should be very eager for that. So this is a takeaway point. Patience. We should be always facilitating service whenever devotees come to temple. That's why when we come and do service in a temple, so many pilgrims will come. Who knows, they'll start their Krishna conscious like that. So we should always facilitate that loving exchanges between devotees. I remember when I came first time, when I saw that Rath Yatra festival, I remember those some folk boys, they were giving me that prasadam. I immediately developed a positive attitude towards them. I had a good feeling because they were coming and feeding me. Lijo, ek aur ek donna, aur ek donna, aur ek donna. So before having darshan of Krishna Balram Ratha, I had 3 donnas of sweet pongal. And if you attend a Rath Yatra, Krishna Balram Rath Yatra on January, that sweet pongal is very different. You'll get that only during that Krishna Balram Rath Yatra. So immediately we should also facilitate that loving exchange between the devotees, encouraging them to chant and all. And then etiquettes. You can meet your folk guides, know all those things. Gradually learn, is associate with devotees. In Bangalore, those who are staying away from their home, you should take that opportunity and try to be in folk residency. If not, you can at least avail their non-residents prasadam scheme. And then seva, be eager to do seva. Biggest seva is this japa seva, chanting. We should come to the stage of chanting 16 rounds. Then Prabhupada will become very pleased and Krishna will also become very pleased. The more you chant and hear, Krishna will take care of everything. Just like some few weeks back, Madhu Pandit Prabhu, our temple president, gave a very nice, his own personal realization. He said, when he became the temple president, this same ISKCON Bangalore, what you're seeing now, was in a 2 BHK rented house in Bellary Road. And that time, daily expenses were 15,000. It was in 1981. And Prabhu, when he joined from his IIT background, he was thinking, I have to make a system so that systematically money will come. He said, it has been so many years now. That time the requirement was 15,000 per month. Now to run this temple, we require more than 3 crores per month. Prabhu says, how money is coming? I don't know. Krishna is running the show. So he says, devotee should be attached to this holy name. In bank, we don't have any big account. Next month, again, we have to depend on donations. So though bank pe kuch account nahi hai, but we are planning big project. Now Balaji temple is opened up in VK Hill, but the main tower is there. For that, one more, hundreds of crores are required. In Vrindavan, more than 300 crores is required for that Vrindavan Chandrodaya temple. See, devotees will plan big things. Even a businessman will get shocked. In bank, there is zero balance, and they are planning crores, that too not 1-2 crores, 100 crores, 200 crores, 300 crores. From where they are getting such big ideas, and who is helping? It's all holy name. So in your own life also, you may have so many anxieties, so many tensions. What is going to happen for my future? It is a genuine, soul is always concerned. He wants to take shelter. Unfortunately, we take a wrong shelter. We should take shelter of this holy name. Chant and hear. I'll bet when whatever you go through in life, just take holy name, just this beats. Chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. As MPP says, Madhu Pandit Prabhu says, chant and hear. Whatever you are chanting, just hear. And you see how Krishna takes charge of your life. It is not that he'll come and tell Tatastu ho gaya sab. No, he'll give you amazing intelligence by which you will see the difference. And when you see this kind of reciprocation from Lord himself, he has come in the form of holy name, immediately you will build that Shraddha. You will have that firm conviction, yes, my Lord is with me. And once I have Lord with me, I don't care. Zamana kya kahe, kahne do. Krishna is there, bas ho gaya. With him, I can go ahead and face all kinds of difficulties. So that shelter, that ultimate protector is Krishna himself. And in Kali Yuga, he has come in the form of holy name. Some of us have read Krishna book. We have heard Krishna Leela pastime. The Brajavasis, as soon as demons come, what they'll do? Immediately, Krishna, where are you? They'll not take stones and try to throw at the demon. Immediately, Krishna, where are you? So immediately, we may try to do our duty, whatever is possible, but depend on this holy name. Some of you may be chanting 1 round, some of you may be chanting 2 rounds. Try to increase it. Come to a stage of 16 rounds. It is possible. We all have experienced that. And you yourself can experience Lord, who has come as Nama Prabhu, personally playing a very active role in your life. He will play a very big role, and you can see that. You yourself can experience how Mahaprabhu reciprocated to the king. That reciprocation, what the king got, you all are entitled for that. Thanks to Srila Prabhupada. So, we have to take advantage of this moment. We have come to a right place. Life is very short. You saw now so many issues are happening in this world. One issue after another issue. But it will keep on happening. You make your life perfect. And the only way is chant. Okay? So, I think the japa beats are there inside. It's there? It's there inside? Yeah? So, we'll chant some for a few minutes before we go for kirtan. So, just like Mahaprabhu danced and jumped like anything, let us also dance and jump in front of Lord. Okay? So, we'll first do this chanting for some times. Afterwards, we'll go to proceed towards the main temple hall. Everyone got it? Everyone has this mala? Yeah? So, we'll chant. Okay? We'll begin with Panchatattva mantra. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda So we'll chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,